And you thought the ball games took too long. Here it is, 46 years after the American League adopted the designated hitter and Major League Baseball continues to dither over whether National League pitchers should grab a bat and take their cuts at the plate. While the sight of Bartolo Colon hitting his first Major League Baseball home run in May 2016, just weeks before his 43rd birthday, was a viral sensation, overall pitchers in 2018 had a .115. .144, .149 batting /line. Denis Poroy, Getty Images. Either have the National League take on the DH, as the Players Association is pushing for, or make American League pitchers hit. Choose one and get on with it. Commissioner Rob Manfred said this week that any decision will have to wait a year, that there isn't enough time to make changes this year. But how is it baseball is still wrestling with this? Interleague play has been around since 1997. MLB standardized virtually everything between the two leagues 3 years later, unifying the disparate AL and NL umpiring staffs. Everything but the DH. Among the changes that entailed was the end of varying strike zones for the leagues, a product of how NL and AL home plate umpires wore their chest protectors. It was a small distinction, but notable nonetheless. So how about we make a call on the DH? No other pro sports league operates like this. Imagine if the NFL's NFC teams kicked off from the 35-yard line while AFC teams teed up on the 30, if Western Conference teams in the NBA had different rules for three-point shots than the Eastern, or if some NHL teams weren't allowed to pull their goalie. Personally, if you're asking, I'd take the DH in the NL. Almost every other pro baseball league in the world has it. This is the sport today, and the NL should try to play it. NL purists may mourn the change in strategic options, but everything evolves. They may already had to get used to it for all road interleague games anyway. That said, I've always enjoyed watching guys such as Ken Brett, Carlos Zambrano and Canadian-born Hall of Famer Fergie Jenkins hit and despise the notion of treating pitchers like thoroughbreds or delicate flowers. Pitch counts and coddled arms bore me more than pitchers flailing away at the plate. Watching pitchers try to bat not only is often amusing, but sometimes yields an unexpected delight. Recall the Mets' Bartolo Colon chugging around the bases after taking James Shields deep, or Brewers reliever Brandon Woodruff stunning Dodgers ace Clayton Kershaw in last year's NL Championship Series. That sort of thing reminds you of playing ball with your friends when you were a kid, and someone unexpectedly connected just so. But the prospect of seeing the ball put in play more consistently rather than having one batter in the lineup who nearly always goes down meekly trumps whatever subtle charm pitchers' sporadic at-bat success may yield. The game needs more ground balls and fewer strikeouts. More critically, if owners want to enact pace-of-play rule changes, as they're talking about, such as having a 3-batter minimum for relief pitchers, the Players' Union is going to need something in return. Universal DH has topped the union wish list for some time, but National League owners aren't crazy about taking on the payroll cost of adding a solid veteran hitter to the roster. That's assuming they pay to add a solid veteran hitter. Given the tepid free agent market of late, it's hard to say what owners are willing to spend money to get despite what they may need. Then again, think about how costly it was to have Cubs reliever Pedro Strop strain his left hamstring running to first in mid-September. If you own a ball club, everything has a price. A DH is a way for old fan favorites to stay in the game longer, and these days baseball needs as many fan favorites as it can produce. Incidentally, the 3-batter minimum idea for relievers fits nicely within my "let's not treat hurlers like Fabergés" mindset, but I'd be more comfortable if I felt I fully grasped the real game implications such a restriction would have. If MLB is determined to speed up the game, what would happen if pitchers were required to be fully warmed up when called in from the bullpen, saving the time of having them throw from the mound once they get there? No, I'm not out to injure anyone. Just throwing the idea out there. Sorry, but see how quickly you can get a consensus to a rule change proposal. So DH or no DH, whatever. MLB needs to get off the fence. Report and air journalistic standards about the star sports action and reaction delivered to your inbox. New NEWSLETTERSPORTSSIGN up.